Hey guys! Welcome to Mama's Boys. In this program, we will meet priests from around the globe. We will discuss interesting features of their lives, from their humble beginnings, their calling, the churches, and more. In this episode on Mama's Boys, Mama Mary's Boys, we are here at the Society of St. Paul Makati to meet Father John Rollin Marie Flores, SSP. Father Tutsi is the Provincial Superior of the Society of St. Paul, Philippine, Macau Province. Let us get to know him better, their congregation, and their mission here on Mama's Boys, Mama Mary's Boys. Hello po, Father. Kumusta po kayo? At maraming salamat po sa pagpapaunlak niyo po sa amin dito po sa interview.
Okay. You're welcome at maraming salamat din sa pag-invite sa akin.
Would you like to share something about yourself po?
Yes, I am Father Rollin Flores of the Society of St. Paul. Ang aking religious name ay John Marie. So, pagkagagamitin ko yung full religious name ko, John Rollin Marie Flores. I was born on August 3, 1962. So, senior na ako, kaka-senior ko lang. So, medyo hindi pa ako masyadong sanay sa mga benefits ng pagiging senior citizen, no?
Hindi po halata, Father.
Maraming salamat. Ako ang ikalawang anak ni Siriaco Flores at Estelita Flores. Ang tatay ko patay na noong 1993. So 5 kami magkakapatid, 2 lalaki, 3 babae. At actually I was born in Quezon City and I grew up in Rojas District in Quezon City. Gala ako diyan, no, sa lugar na 'yan. Malapit sa Amoranto Stadium. Diyan ako nag-aral sa General Rojas Elementary School sa Rojas District. At pero pagka-graduate ko ng elementary, lumipat na kami sa San Pablo City. Kasi ang tatay ko taga San Pablo.
Laguna po.
Yes, Laguna. Taga ron siya. So doon ako nagsimulang mag-high school. At nag-aral ako sa Laguna College ng first year hanggang third year high school. Pero nung fourth year, lumipat ako only for one reason, no? Kasi kumuha ko ng entrance examination sa kakabukas lang ng Liceo de San Pablo. Ewan ko, yung mga taga roon at marami ding mga graduates ng Ateneo de San Pablo, alam yung istorya na yon, no? At that time, 1979, kakasara lang ng Ateneo de San Pablo. So the Diocese of San Pablo took over the Ateneo de San Pablo, yung compound, the facilities, and turned it to Diocesan High School. A diocesan school na tinawag na Liceo de San Pablo. So I took the exam and I was given the full scholarship. So sabi ko kahit papano ay makakatulong sa magulang ko. So I transferred kahit 1 year na lang.
Yes.
So pioneer graduates kami, pioneer batch kami doon sa Liceo de San Pablo 1979. After graduation from high school, I went to UP Los Baños. And I stayed there for in 1979 to 1981.
Anong course po yung tinuka po?
Ang course ko, sugar technology. Matatawa kayo, no? Kasi baka wala nang, anong meron doon sa sugar technology? It's just a 5-year course at puro mga chemistry, no? Yung basic chemistry lang, Chem 16, hindi ko pa maipasa-pasa. So, nag-ship ako sa agriculture, but eventually, it was a very difficult time for me. It was my most exciting, I would say even the wildest part of my life, no? Life-changing din. Kasi I was not able to finish. Nako, mukhang nakakahiya naman because I was moved by wala na, iba yung spontaneity, no? To admit that I was dismissed, no, from UP in 1981. And then I went back to school in San Pablo Colleges, took up political science. Kasi yun naman talaga ang first love ko. I wanted to become a lawyer. Pinapasok ako ng nanay ko sa UPLB kasi sabi niya, mura dyan, no? At malapit sa amin.
Yes.
So UP Los Baños eh. Tapos nakita namin yung course na in-applyan ko, 5 year course. No? Sabi, mukhang kakaiba yan, sugar technology. Wala na nga yata ngayon yan eh. No? So that's it. So I finished political science major in San Pablo Colleges, but instead of going to law school, medyo before college graduation pa lang, nag-a-apply na ako sa seminary. So I went to St. Peter's College Seminary in San Pablo, and I was admitted, and I stayed there for 2 years. After 2 years, I transferred to Society of St. Paul. Dito pa yung St. Paul Seminary namin. Ngayon, nasa Silang na eh. At that time, it was still here in Makati. I entered here 1988. And then, eventually, I went to Loyola School of Theology at Ateneo for my theology. And then finished the Bachelor of Sacred Theology in 1996. In 1998, I was ordained priest. That's it. No? So yun basically yung aking initial formation until ordination to priesthood.
Father, paano po pumasok sa isip niyo po na to enter into the seminary or choose priesthood po?
Yan isa sa pinakamahirap sagutin, ano? Pero initially I just wanted to do something out of my life. Katulad ng sabi ko, I wanted to become a lawyer.
Yes po.
At that time, nung nag-graduate ako ng college, in fact, nung nasa seminary ako, ang mga classmate ko sa high school, mga professionals na. Tapos ako, nag-aaral pa rin, no? So, sabi ko, I want to do something for myself. So, it was a really, not yet a vocation, a professional choice. No? Sabi ko, although I was already active in the religious organization in the parish, I think that was it, no? Yung group namin for young people, every time that we would be conducting a seminar training for the young people in the parish, we would find it very difficult to invite priests. So I joked to my friends, ano kaya magpare ako para hindi na tayo mahirapang kumuha ng speaker. And that I did. No? Actually, I did. No? Nag-apply sa seminary, St. Peter's nga, at natanggap ako. Tuloy-tuloy na yun.
We will still be with Father Tutsi after a few reminders. Stay tuned on Mama's Boys, Mama Mary's Boys.
I ask you to patronize our seasonal products. Every year we come up with this Bible diaries called 365 Days with the Lord, no, in English. At ang counterpart niya naman ay Simbahay ang tawag, no? Simbahay 2023. Ako ang editor niyan. So you can find these products in our bookshops at in some other online platforms, no, meron din. So please buy them because as you buy these products, you are not only helping us to pursue our other apostolic initiatives, you also help the seminary because some of the proceeds of these products go for the sustenance of our St. Paul Seminary in Silang, Cavite. And also, of course, watch and patronize, participate in the Sambuhay TV Masses every day, especially on Sundays. At yung iba namin mga digital programs like Interactive, no, sa gabi, then Bless Me Father, Dear Pablito.
You are still tuned in to Mama's Boys, Mama Mary's Boys. Click that like, share, and subscribe button for more Mama's Boys videos. Back on our interview with Father Tutsi.
Yung group namin for young people, every time that we would be conducting a seminar training for the young people in the parish, we would find it very difficult to invite priests. So I joked to my friends, sabi, ano kaya magpare ako para hindi na tayo mahirapang kumuha ng speaker. And that I did. No? Actually, I did. No? Nag-apply sa seminary, St. Peter's nga, at natanggap ako. Tuloy-tuloy na yan.
So may parang, in a way, may exposure na po kayo that time sa mga religious or sa mga priest po.
Oh yes, kasi bata pa lang ako sa Rojas District pa lang, sakristan na ako. Pero wala talaga sa hinagap kong maging pari. Talaga, never. I really wanted to become a priest, rather a lawyer. Until now, gusto ko pa nga mag-aral ng law. No? So, pero eventually, dun nga pagka-involvement ko sa church, no, slowly, I got into praying this Liturgy of the Hours. Kahit lay pa lang ako noon, nagdarasal na ako ng Liturgy of the Hours. No? Pagdating ng seminary, ayoko na magdasal. Kung kailan nasa seminary na ako. No, I'm just kidding. No? Pero talagang gano'n. No? So eventually, because of my prayer life then, somehow na-develop yung aking, what I would now say, a genuine calling from the Lord.
Balikan ko lang po, Father. Sinabi niyo po kanina, you have a religious name. Ano po yun? Paano po yun, Father?
Kasi kaming mga religious, ang religious meaning hindi kami diocesan priest.
Po.
Kaming mga religious, meaning members of congregations, orders, we have a choice if we want to adopt a religious name when we profess our vows. No? Ang diocesan priest, diocesan seminary, wala silang vow. Kami meron. So during the first profession, we actually have a choice whether to adopt a name or not. Since galing ako sa diocesan seminary, medyo malakas ang ang emphasis kay John Marie Vianney.
Yes po.
So laging tinuturo sa amin 'yon. So naging parang initial model ko siya na saint. And at the same time, the feast of St. John Marie Vianney falls on August 4. My birthday is on August 3.
Yeah.
Yan. Tapos, this is it, no? I adopted this name because right from the very beginning, I knew I did not deserve to be called. Nandun yung sabi ko, hindi ako po pwede sa pinagdaanan ko, nakakahiya, no? And yet, here comes this saint who is known for hearing confessions for more than half of the day. No, talagang, so ibig sabihin, this man, this saint, was a minister, a servant of the grace of God, the grace of confession. Ako makasalanan ko. So I also disposed myself, sabi ko, pag ako naging pare, I would also love to be a minister of the sacrament of confession.
Father, why did you choose to enter naman po the religious congregation, especially po the Society of St. Paul?
Very clear ito sa akin, no? Kasi sabi ko nga galing na ako sa diocesan seminary, no?
And exposed din po kayo sa mga Jesuits dahil attend po kayo ng theology sa kanila.
Yes. Yeah. Pero even before I came into contact with the Jesuits, yun muna ang Society of St. Paul. At that time, medyo, hindi na kasi ako bata eh. I mean, hindi ako lumaki sa seminaryo. As I have said, graduate na ako ng college. No? So, ang tawag ng mga taong karaniwan ay late vocation. Pero hindi late vocation ang tawag doon, adult vocation. Because there is no vocation that is late. No, we are called by God at the sweetest time of the Lord. So I went to Society of St. Paul. I considered it because I really love writing. Nung makita ko yung brochure na nakakalat dun sa St. Peter's College Seminary, no, it is for communication, for writing, for editing. So I got interested. And mass media, sabi, no. So I applied and I was accepted.
How many years have you been in the ministry na po, Father?
Well, kung ang pag-uusapang na ministry, strictly speaking, ministry sa apostolate namin, since I entered the seminary in 1988. Kasi tinuturo sa amin, you don't have to be a priest to be an apostle. Turo sa amin yun dito eh. So once you get your hands full into the apostolate of the Society of St. Paul, you're already a minister of the gospel. Pero if you're talking about the ministry as priestly ministry,
Yes po.
I was ordained in 1998 at I just celebrated last October 3, my 24th. So next year, I will be celebrating my Jubilee, 25th anniversary. That's why I am inviting all of your listeners,
Wow.
all of your white watchers, no, to please pray for me.
What were your previous assignments naman po, Father?
Well, as a seminarian, as a priest, I was initially, as a young priest, I was assigned in the St. Paul Seminary in Silang, Cavite. Nag-transfer na kami doon. I was one of the formators even before I got ordained in 1998. 1996 pa lang nandun na ako. So for 6 years, until 1996 to 2002, I was one of the formators in St. Paul Seminary. After that, I was asked to transfer back here, to return to Makati, to be the formator of the juniors. Yung tinatawag ng mga nagti-theology na.
Yes.
Juniorate program. Mga temporary professed members na namin yon. So, from 2002, no, 1996 to 2002, seminary silang. Dito naman 2002 to 2008. Then 2008, I was transferred. I was asked by the superior to assume the leadership in one of our nag-iisa, no, our lone parish here in the Philippines, Our Lady of Sorrows parish in FB Harrison, Pasay. So I was first at the start as a parish administrator, and then I was installed a parish priest. So I stayed there 2008 to 2016 as parish priest. Pero I still lived there for still 2 years until I came back here in Makati to become because I was elected, no, as provincial superior. Ayun.
Speaking of which po, Father, paano po dumating sa inyo yung news na kayo po yung naging bagong provincial?
Yeah. So it's like this, no? Two councilors or two from the general government came here to consult people. That's the way we do it. So they consult people, all the members, no?
Parang magsa-survey po
Yeah,
sila.
magsa-survey sila, and they ask for 3 names. If you can give 3 names maximum. If you just want to give 1 name as your choice for provincial superior, okay yon. So they will bring all the nominations, they will collate it, analyze it, and then once they get get the results, they will call. Kaya nung tinawagan ako may tumawag sa akin, one of the counselors from Rome, alam ko na yon ang sasabihin sa akin. So I already prepared myself to say no.
Don't go away! Mama's Boys, Mama Mary's Boys will be right back, so stay tuned.
I ask you to patronize our seasonal products. Every year we come up with this Bible diaries called 365 Days with the Lord, no, in English. At ang counterpart niya naman ay Simbahay ang tawag, no, Simbahay 2023. Ako ang editor niyan. So you can find these products in our bookshops. In some other online platforms, no, meron din. So please buy them because as you buy these products, you are not only helping us to pursue our other apostolic initiatives, you also help the seminary because some of the proceeds of these products go for the sustenance of our St. Paul Seminary in Silang, Cavite. And also, of course, watch and patronize, participate in the Sambuhay TV Masses every day, especially on Sundays. At yung iba namin mga digital programs like Interactive, no, sa gabi, Then bless me, Father Dear Pablito.
Hey, you are still watching Mama's Boys, Mama Mary's Boys. Please like and share our social media accounts for more updates about Limang Siglo. Back on our interview with Father Tutsi.
At the start as a parish administrator, and then I was installed a parish priest. So I stayed there 2008 to 2016 as parish priest. Pero I still lived there for still 2 years until I came back here in Makati to become because I was elected as provincial superior. Ayun.
Speaking of which po, Father, paano po dumating sa inyo yung news na kayo po yung naging bagong provincial?
Yeah. So it's like this, no? Two councilors or two from the general government came here to consult people. That's the way we do it. So they consult people, all the members. No?
Parang magsa-survey po
Yeah,
sila.
magsa-survey sila, and they ask for 3 names. If you can give 3 names maximum. If you just want to give 1 name as your choice for provincial superior, okay yon. So they will bring all the nominations. They will collate it, analyze it, and then once they get get the results, they will call. Kaya nung tinawagan ako may tumawag sa akin, one of the councilors from Rome, alam ko na yon ang sasabihin sa akin. So I already prepared myself to say no.
To say no po?
Yes, of course. I did not want it. Pumihira, no? Magiging superior ako. Because if people around here know, no, my kind of the kind of person I am, no? I'm very carefree. Hindi ako masyadong, well, siguro marunong-runong lang konti, pero I did not really see myself becoming a provincial superior.
Ano po ba yung work ng isang provincial superior, Father?
Well, first, as in the book, no, sinasabi na the main work of the provincial superior is to render the so-called service of authority. In other words, yung karaniwang sabi dyan, servant leaders.
Yes.
So our service is the authority. Together with the 4 councilors, our provincial council, by the way, the Society of St. Paul here in the Philippines is called the Province of Philippines and Macau. Kasi pati yung Macau, meron kaming 2 pari doon, kasama yun sa area of responsibility ko. So to render the service of authority, no, together with the 4 councilors. And then, to pursue yung tinatawag na provincial chapter document for programming. After I was elected, I convened the so-called provincial chapter. So every community, local community of the Philippine Macau province sent the respective representatives. Some by right, the superiors, and then some by election. And then we gathered to form, no, to program for 4 years yung mga initiative thrust of this government. So as a provincial superior, my main work is to pursue the programming, no, the document or stated in the document. I cannot do anything otherwise. Ibig sabihin, susundan ko yon.
Yes po.
I can add something that is supportive of the document, but I cannot do anything that is contrary doon sa programming na ginawa namin from 2019 to 2023. So matatapos na yung term ko sa 2023.
Pero before that po, sabi niyo po kanina, you said no po?
Oh yes. 2 times, no? I said no. Talagang hindi ko gusto maglingkod. I thought I could not do it. And I thought I did not deserve it. Simply ganun lang talaga. Pero you cannot parang si Jonah siguro hindi mo na matatakbuhan talaga. I also later on, as we went on talking with then General Councilor Father Celso, a Filipino counselor in Rome, nung natatapos na yung usapan namin at parang ready na siya to let go of me, tanggapin na yung aking denial, yung rejection ko, parang nakukonsensya naman ako. Sabi ko, I cannot live also life, no? Remembering that I said no to the call of duty. So sabi ko, hindi rin ako mabubuhay ng matiwasay na tinanggihan ko yung palagay ko naman ay fruit of their discernment ng aming mga general superiors.
Tell us more about your congregation po. Ano po yung mission ng Society of St. Paul?
Okay. So, let me read my notes,
Sige po,
para
sige po.
sigurado ako.
Opo.
Although, I can say it in layman's terms, no? Pero ito ang sinasabi sa aming constitution. Basically, the Society of St. Paul, no, is a congregation that with a specific mission of spreading good literature, committed to the spread of the message of salvation with the media of social communication. And it accepts and makes its own whatever other effective and rapid means human ingenuity may discover for humankind's greater benefit. So simply put, ang apostolate namin is to spread the gospel through the means of social communication. So, hindi lang kami basta magpipreach sa simbahan. That is why, hindi ko nabanggit kanina, other than the mga positions na binanggit kong trabaho ko, all the while, I was assigned in the creative department. Meaning to say, I was either a writer or editor sa aming mga publications. So, publisher kami dito sa Pilipinas ng mga libro. And then, we have this diffusion department, yung may mga bookshops kami.
Yes,
no?
po.
Siguro naman, pwede ako mag-advertise.
Ay,
no?
pwede po.
So, please patronize, go to our bookshops, no? For your religious books, Bibles, and religious articles sa St. Paul's, no? Na madalas, marami ito ay sa SM malls,
Yes,
no?
po.
Nandyan kami. Meron kami dito yung aming talaga stand-alone dito sa Makati community, yung tinatawag namin superstore, no? Nandito yan. So yan ang aming gawain. Basically, to spread the good news through the means of social communication.
Join us again next week on the second part of our interview. We would like to thank the following.
There you have it, guys. Thank you for joining us in this episode of Mama's Boys. Hope to see you in our future episode. This has been your host, Karen Dane. Jamataray shune!